Your Space with your host Hannah Arinito. We are here once again to give the young people an opportunity to express themselves and their views. But today we're going to be changing the script just a little bit, because as much as we are trying to fight a rotten system, we still need to be able to have the academic qualifications to do so. Now today we will be looking at the Commonwealth and some of the opportunities that they are offering as we strive for a better Uganda. Let's go!
First of all, I would say that the Commonwealth has a cocktail of scholarships. There are around 4 of them. The Commonwealth Shared, the Commonwealth Masters, the PhD, the long distance. But I will not be able to answer this question in detail. What we'll do, we usually have webinars to prepare people, to prepare students to apply for these scholarships, because they also have different timelines. And I think that's when you'll be able to, because it takes about like 2 or 3 hours to go through the whole scholarship process. But the most important thing is, first of all, make sure you pass. Academic excellence is very important. Experience is important, but you shouldn't really mind about how many years. It is what you're doing. And also if it aligns with the Commonwealth themes. It has about 7 themes which fall under the Sustainable Development Goals around that. So it's quite a long process. So we'll not be able to do it right now. If I went into it, we'll probably not, would spend a whole night here. But we will keep you, I don't know who we will connect with. We are pledging to come back and probably take you through the Commonwealth. But personally, I got the Commonwealth Shared, which specifically takes students who have excelled. Like you either have a first class and an upper second is like really second priority, but let me not go into the details. Yeah, we will come back. So prepare yourselves, call us back, and then we will take you through the whole process. But also make sure that you will have completed your studies. Maybe we should also come before you actually complete. I think that's when it will make sense. For the one who wanted to know if after school, do you choose the university you want to go to, or the Commonwealth chooses the university for you? No, it doesn't choose the university for you, you choose. So maybe the homework that I'll give you, because the Commonwealth scholarships are only offered in the United Kingdom, please go on their website of Commonwealth scholarships, familiarize yourself with what is there, and then prepare those questions. But otherwise, they don't choose the university for you. Know what you want to study, go into those universities, know their ranks, what they do, and all that stuff.
The Women in FinTech Hackathon is open to anyone who wants to innovate. My number is 0779 34 53 31. Yeah, 0779 34 53 31. It's on WhatsApp and on mobile money, so feel free.
I love that.
Yeah. So feel free to send questions and I'll give you all details. Who is the person who is not having a job and they are trying to see how they can find an opportunity? Who is that person?
It's here. I have an auntie who studied bachelor's degree in business administration and management 2017. She's currently unemployed. How can she be innovative in regards to that sector?
Okay, let's get the details of her, and we shall, on 26th of April, up to the 26th of July, we shall give her paid internship so we can train her on something.
All that stuff that we are not taught here, but it's something that's required in the new age. One of the things that I talked about is the amount of information or access that we have through the internet and on our fingertips. Harvard Business School, London School of Economics, all those major schools are actually providing free online courses as part of their CSR. They're particularly providing those free online courses to people in countries like ours. They kind of track your IP. The reason why they're doing that is because they have a certain amount, of CSR that they want to offer. I encourage you to just Google right now free online courses from Harvard Business School. They'll have a huge drop down, and they offer Python, everything to do with the new digital and artificial intelligence, everything that you want to know. And you can study them. And these courses are actually very short, about 6 weeks, about 5 weeks. You should do it when you're still in school, because I think UCU gives you free internet. Make use of it, and you can learn these things in about 3 or 4 weeks. You'll have the basics, you'll have some information, you'll be ahead of the curve. That's what I would encourage you to do. But there's so much free online material that these excellent universities are offering as part of their corporate social responsibility for us. So make use of them. So if you have, and I did talk about the small habits, you can literally spend 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes every morning at 5:30, you go through your Python course online using the university internet, and in about 3 or 4 weeks, you'll be done with it. You'll be ahead of the curve, and that's it.
Thank you so much. Hope your question was answered. So lastly, we're going to have our Deputy IGG. So the first question was, how can a medic get involved in police or government entities? And there's another question that has just come in. Is there any opportunity for those who have a diploma in law?
Thank you very much. I will start with the last one. A lawyer is not complete if the person has not gone to law school. So you do the LLB and also do a diploma in legal practice. Because without that diploma, you cannot get to practice your law. Then how can medics benefit, especially with work in government, with the police or with the Inspectorate of Government? Medics play a very significant role, especially in our work. For instance, sometimes when we're doing our investigations, we need that medical evidence as well. Then they can also be whistleblowers by reporting cases of corruption within their sectors. But they also play a very significant role in taking care of our health. So usually, ethical healthcare practices are supposed to be the best standards, so they can actually contribute to upholding the ethical healthcare practices at work. Then they can do advocacy and awareness, advocacy for transparency and health in the healthcare systems. And also, they can be involved in drafting. You had me talking about initiating policies. They can be involved in drafting policies. Doctors actively participate in the development and implementation of policies and regulations relating to their work, what they want to improve, regulations for combating corruption within their sectors, which nobody has done yet. They can also provide expertise, especially in designing systems that prevent those opportunities for corruption. Recently, I was handling a corruption case involving one of the hospitals here. And most of the witnesses I had were basically the medical doctors. Someone did investigative journalism a week or so ago and gave a detailed narrative of how corruption happens in hospitals, how drugs are stolen. And that is the kind of evidence we need, especially when we are to prosecute some of those cases. So doctors play a very, very important role. But above all, they treat us. They keep us healthy, they keep us going. They ensure also safety, especially for the whistleblower, people who come to report cases. By actively engaging in some of this anti-corruption work, doctors can help foster a culture of transparency within their work circles. So it is very important for us to partner, like lawyer, doctor. Even when I worked previously in the Human Rights Commission, when I'm to prove a case of torture, I would rely heavily on medical evidence. Deputy IGG, I am learned with a bachelor's degree in social sciences with a high integrity and hard work, and currently would like to work with you and after my degree of law because I love your character, personality, and encouragement. This one is very, that one is person to holder. But it is important for me to get to know who that person is so that we look out for opportunities to volunteer thereafter. If the person wants to emulate my character, be willing to volunteer and give it your best shot and know that within the shortest time possible, you'll be absorbed within. Currently, we're recruiting at the Inspectorate of Government, entry point, inspectorate officers, senior inspectorate officers, supervisors, and we subjected people to what they call the aptitude because there were so many applicants, over 3,000, and we shortlisted and we have 120. But the others did not perform well at all. Someone gets 19%. So, I mean, if you go the extra mile and read hard and work harder, you'll be able to score high. So, but also you can use this other approach of having a willing spirit to volunteer. And when you volunteer, you end up learning most of the things on job and become the expert. So thank you very much. I hope I answered your questions well.
Praise God. So our guest of honor, I need to clear my voice first. She's a medical doctor. She's a business consultant. She's an educator. She's a sportswoman. She's a mother. She's a grandmother. She's a mentor to many. She's a desired mentor by many. She's a consultant in business, industry, and academy. She's a lot of things, and she's a woman. Like, yeah. So she is Dr. Margaret Blick Chigozi, also known as Professor Maggie Chigozi. I welcome you to come and speak to us. Thank you so much.
Coordinators, I missed the beginning. Would this be our guild, or you're just sitting there? Huh? It is okay. We recognize you as well. I am happy to be here and thank you very much for the invitation. I have been told you are not, some of you are in first year, second year, third year, so you are not all just about to get out, but you are at various levels and in various lines. It could be medicine, it could be law. Yeah, so I will speak very, very broadly. As you heard, I think the one message I need you to take from me is you can do anything. There's nothing you cannot do. Whether you are male or you are female, there's nothing that's specifically for women. There's nothing that's specifically for men. You can do just about anything that you set your mind to. Because my father loved medicine, I became a doctor. It wasn't my wish, and I hope you people had more choice. You are not like me, who was, as nursery school, I was told I would be a doctor. I never questioned it, and there I was. But once you are there, you can then move on and do other things. So yes, I ended up in the private sector. I know, I'm not going to quarrel, but you did not buy my product. Never mind, you don't have to. Yeah, so we produce Pepsi, Mirinda, Mountain Dew, all your favorite drinks. But also, I am a farmer. I sit on a number of boards. I have been in NGOs. I am a feminist. So ladies, yeah, we fight for the rights of women. And when you fight for the right of women, you fight for the boys. We have sons. If I have a good mother who has money and can educate you, are you going to fault that? No. So yes, we also fight for the men because of that. We are feminists and we want our daughters seriously to marry good men. So we are now seriously working on the men because I think you had been left behind. I'm now a farmer. I grow coffee, I grow mangoes, I grow matoke, I grow food. Yes. So just stressing the fact that there's nothing you can't do. Just put your mind to it, find out about it, and do the research. Go and visit. We've just come back from Fort Portal. We visited Dr. Clark, has a huge coffee farm there, and he adds value to the coffee. We went to see. We also visited a cattle ranch. You know, keep on learning. Keep on learning where you can throughout your life. It's not when you finish this exam that you're all going to sit. Some of you think, I'm never going to look at a book again, right? No, that should not. Certainly lawyers continue looking at books, as do doctors, but some others might want to say no more books. But you always need to continually learn. So, how many of you would want to get a job? Yeah? Okay, you're going to be employees. That's good. Maybe for a while. Only if you're lucky. I think you do know that 70% of Ugandans are unemployed. You are joining that group. So I think try to remember that there are other options to getting a job. But let's say you've got a job. I employ many people. Pepsi is big. We work with so many people. We sell that product even in Karamoja and wherever. So what do I say about employees? Once you get this job, they've probably shortlisted from 1,000 people by the time they take you, and you let us down. As employees, you let us down. You got the job, the other 900 people didn't get it. You come in at 10 o'clock, you chill, you go onto WhatsApp, you check it out, you know, you waste time, you don't do anything basically. And many of you do that. So I'm going to ask you now, today, you get a job. Always remember that 70% that's out there and wants your job. And be the best employee, okay? Know what they've given you to do, what task is yours, and be the best, as good as you can be. So that means you keep time, you continually learn. You learn because companies are now evolving. We've heard about innovation. That's what the topic was today. They're continually evolving and you evolve with them. Don't stay behind. Some secretaries refused to leave the typewriter and they became obsolete. So you need to keep up with new technologies. If you're an employee, you need to know the position ahead of you. What does that person do? What skills have they got that maybe you don't have? And if you don't have the skills, go and get them. You're at the university, of course, you know what skills are available here. When I ended up in Pepsi Cola, a whole medical doctor, my husband passed, so I had to take over. So I found myself at the factory, telling everybody I'm here to look after our company. We are shareholders. We don't own it totally, but we are shareholders. So I knew I needed to know because I didn't know. The first meeting was a disaster. Profit and loss account, what is that? I had always worked for government. I'd worked for many years as a doctor, but always for government. So I didn't even touch money. I have no idea. So I knew Professor Balunywa was in the Department of Commerce in Makerere. So I went there, did all the courses. They had 9 short courses, they still do. Entrepreneurship, and I'm sure UCU does. Entrepreneurship, marketing, customer care, communication. I even did economics, just for the heck of it. And I didn't think I would need it in Pepsi, but actually when I went to UIA, it was core. The fact that I've done economics, because now I got another job. I started working for government in the Uganda Investment Authority, and that knowledge that I've got there, plus networks. I know I had everybody talk to you about networks. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who are you interested in knowing? It's really critical. I was telling some people earlier on, yesterday, that if you read the president's book, the what seed? Is it tamarind seed? The mustard seed. Okay, the mustard seed. I'm the one who cooked that nice cup of tea. Yes. If you read there, you'll see that we came to Nairobi and he was going, they had all kinds of things to do, but he got a nice cup of tea from me. Now, when it came to UIA, many people applied. There were over 70 applicants. And what happens is the top 3 are selected and are then taken to the president to make a choice. So who, apart from the tea maker, would actually win that? Yes, it wasn't the only skill I had, but yes, I do make a nice cup of tea. And it helps. So where you get the link is not necessarily in a place like this. You'll be on the street, you'll be in the supermarket, you continually talk to people, meet people. A very difficult thing for Ugandans, and yet we are the most beautiful people. Smile. What is a gloomy face all about? And I see many now when I look like this. What is a gloomy face about? Who likes gloomy faces? Put up your hand. No one, not even one hand. And yet you're seated there. You're walking through the street and oh God. So a smile is really a very easy tool for you to use. I was very lucky. First, I'm a medical doctor. Guess who I was treating when I came back to Uganda? I worked in Kenya and Tanzania. Kenya and Zambia. I came back here and I was in parliament. I was running the parliamentary clinic. So who was I treating? The ministers, the MPs. He wasn't there yet. These are young ones, so some time ago. The MPs, the drivers, the army officers. So great networks. Everyone's grateful to their doctor, right? Yeah. So beautiful networks. There's no one you call and say, this is Maggie, and they won't talk to you. They will. They want to know what your problem is and how can they help you sort it out, right? So networks. Build your networks everywhere. Sportsmen, I play tennis. Do you know where the tennis players are? They're in Bank of Uganda. They're squash players. People love motorcycle racing. I used to do that. So, sports as well, great field. So position yourself and be noticed, but you'll also have to take the first step of saying hi. Yeah? Say hello. And don't look at only those people and say, I want to talk to the governor or the central bank. You may not be able to. But young people are going up to be the governor of the central bank. So stop being, I know we've been told, a network with only the people who can help you today. I've lived a long time. The people helping me now are over here. They are over here. They are you guys, So it's not about the position they are in or who they are. Give space to everyone. People I used to work with at the UIA, I was ED, there was something, down there. James Mutende became my Minister of Trade. Amelia Chambade was the Secretary to the President. We'd work with that office, of course. She was my Minister of Trade. So if you treated them badly while you were the one in the senior position, you end up finding the shoe is on the other foot now, and they will not give you space. Okay? So just treat everybody well. Just treat everybody well. So that's when you go to work, but also timekeeping, be professional. How are you dressed? How do you look? Do your best. Do your best. And learn from your boss. Volunteer. You guys don't like volunteering. I'm sure this hall would have been more full, but they thought, we are not going there to waste our time, right? Those who don't know the benefits of being in a place like this. And volunteering. Don't expect to be paid. Everybody says, what am I going to get? When I went to the Ghana Manufacturers Association, Mr. Mulwana invited me. And they don't pay you anything. They don't. But wow, what people I met, who don't I know from UMA? Who will not pick up a phone when I call and really be helpful? But nobody was paying me. I'm a scout. When I walk out of here, every little scout, and we have about 5 million, knows me and will open any door. But he can, at his level, his or her level. So, network, don't be fussy. People want, I don't like, my friends must all have a degree. No, no. The world of degrees has actually almost ended. So don't put yourself up there and want only people like you. So be the best employee, don't disappoint the employers. You really do disappoint us, talking as somebody who employs people. Then tomorrow when they fire you, you come crying, but you know I have children. Didn't you know you had children while you were coming at midday to work? Yeah? You have responsibilities. Don't risk losing your job. Protect that job. You are very lucky to have got it.
I hope you had a fantastic time today on Your Space. I'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.